last year was here at this stage. He was one of the best guests of the night. He's a lot of fun. He's one of my favorite people. World Series champ with me in 2013 with the Boston Red Sox. By the way, just recently opened up for Willie Nelson down in Alabama. He's one heck of a multi-talented person. Baseball player, Cy Young Award winner. Punch out everybody in the world. Here he is. Everybody, Mr. Jake Peavy.
Cheers, man. Yeah, cheers to Birth and the Grateful Dead. I love it. Sounds great, guys.
How you doing?
Life is wonderful. You kidding me? Look at this weather. We're in spring training.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
One of the best times of the year, right?
It really is. You know, I was telling Luke, my brother's here with me, and we were adding up. I think I spent 3 or 4 years of my life, when you add up all the 2-month stays that we had here in Phoenix, adds up to about 3 years. I've been a Phoenix resident. So.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You're a local.
I'm a local. Most of the time I was out west. And
or in Old Town,
you know, Old Town.
Rusty Spur or something.
You got the best of me. I had a few nights.
I always like spring training too. It's this time of year, right? Everybody, how many times do you hear in the best shape of my life?
Right. No, you're exactly right. Getting ready to come to spring training is a grind. That last month, you're getting things going. You get back, it's like a family reunion. You get to see all of your teammates. You're going out to dinner with other teammates. You're playing golf. You know, but people don't realize too, spring training is about 2 straight months of work every day before you go to work. I don't think people realize the schedule and time that these guys are putting in. When you see these guys come out here tonight, after a full work day, they're going back up at 6:37 and be back at work. So fun time of year, but the boys are working, getting ready to bring home you guys a championship to your cities.
Yes, working hard. I always felt like we were like a troop of Navy SEALs. You know, we didn't shoot anybody or we didn't go extract anybody under high pressure situations, but it was, we play and then we leave, and then 5 months later we come back together and you start bonding those relationships and building those relationships. And we had an incredible bond and relationship in 2013 with the Red Sox, winning a World Series. You're welcome, Boston.
Right. How many Boston people there?
Yeah.
That Boston strong was something special.
And then you got to do that again. What was that like, back-to-back years winning the World Series?
Well, I think you hit it on the head. The chemistry is something that has to be there. I know in today's game, we talk so much about numbers and what that means in the game and there's projections. But for a team to really win the ultimate prize, and I know that you've seen this in your multiple ways of being around championship teams, you have to have this brotherhood and this dig deep type, take my arm and Navy SEAL type approach. And I had never experienced that until I got with you guys in Boston. Y'all, I came over to this, I got traded from my last place Chicago White Sox team into the room with Ryan Dempster and John Lester and David Ross and John Lackey, Dustin Pedroia, David Ortiz, Johnny Mike Napoli's of the world. This was a heavy duty moment for me, and I can remember walking in this clubhouse going, my God, I've made it to the major leagues. We're playing in Fenway Park tonight. I'm suited up beside some of my best friends who are all perennial all-stars. And then we simply talked about nothing more than winning a World Series almost every day.
Jake walks in the clubhouse and the first thing he hears is, did you pick your duck boat out yet?
It's a true story.
That was the very first thing Johnny Gomes said from across the room.
Right, is Johnny coming on the show tonight or tomorrow? Yeah, you have to ask Johnny about that for sure. Johnny is the reason we have a duck boat down at Southern Falls Plantation. But, you know, there was a true mindset. Johnny Gomes, Justin Pedroia, and Jared Saltamacchia were 3 guys who I saw as I immediately tried to meet everybody to the ballpark. This is 1 o'clock, and I got to the ballpark for an ESPN 8 o'clock game. 3 guys already there, committed. All 3 of those guys within the first, actually Johnny said this, just another day closer to the parade. I said, Johnny, how you doing, bud? And the first thing he said to me was, just doing great, Pete. Just another day closer to the parade. Now this is July, I just got traded over here, I know with no inside jokes, and I'm sitting here going, parade, Boston, July. Well, you know, it's past the 4th, I'm not sure what's happening. Get over to Salty and say, Salty, what parades, Johnny? He's talking about the World Series parade, Pete. I said, oh yeah, and Salty looks at me and goes, we're winning the World Series, right? You know that? Yeah, I do know that, man. I'm happy to be here. And the rest is history.
Nice, and then you get done after this incredible career, Cy Young Award winner, over 2,000 strikeouts in your career, World Series champion twice over. now you have this second life, a life that you started in baseball is music. You love music. I know how much you love. You're an incredible musician.
Well, do you remember that time that you took the guitar down to Times Square? I heard you talk about New York City. Demp left my room one night entirely too late, morning. Took the guitar. I think Johnny or somebody went with him down to Times Square, and they played for tips for a few hours for the card game the next day.
The guitar case was empty when I got done. I didn't get any tips. Our head of security was like, "Why'd you do that?" And I'm like, "I thought it'd be great." He goes, "Well, you either got to be good at guitar, you can't wear designer jeans and be bad at guitar. Nobody's going to put any money in there." That was some of my favorite moments, though. Like, we talk about relationships and friendships, where the hotel room sitting in there and playing. I got a fun story, Peavy. So he invites me over. This is in 2014, after I retired, and we had a little shindig in his room, and it once again got a little late, and we get this pound, pound, pound on the door, and I said, I got this, and the Prime Minister of Israel was staying in the hotel with the Secret Service, and this guy with Secret Service with a fully loaded weapon at the door going, "You guys are done." And I said, Jake, what do we do, man? I told him we were finished. And Buckholz looked over at Jake and I, and he said, "Let's go to my room and play." The party never stops with him. It keeps going, and you're doing amazing things with music now.
Well, you know, to me, Deb, you're right. When I look back on the baseball career and you talk about the numbers and the strikeouts and some of the biggest games, other than those World Series games, I don't miss preparing for a start. I miss the fun times that we had as a family, as this traveling band of gypsies down the highway. I miss the card game. I wish I could go play, in a card game, like with this kind of stakes at 40,000 feet, having a few cocktails after a big win. Those type of things. I think in life, I'm always, like he said, the party never stops. We're not ever looking for the party. We are the party. But we're always trying to find this balance of, not any of that Boston team was ever not going to be there the next day, ready to go and show, showing each other that you can be counted on. So, music has been a way that I think back to the most memorable times of my career. It certainly involves music. It certainly involves getting done with the game, going out and seeing these shows. And we got to open a studio in our hometown. We got to own a couple places now that we program live music. We do stuff not quite this big festival-wise, but we're getting there. If y'all are ever around, come visit Mobile, Alabama. We got it going on.
You got to open up for Willie Nelson. What was that like? I mean, because I know how much you love Willie's music, and then like to get a phone call like, "Hey, you want to open up for Willie?" Yeah, sure. Who is this?
Right?
Does my brother put you up to this?
Oh man, it was incredible. Willie Nelson, should be our next president, if you ask me. And this guy's a true American hero and icon. And to get a chance to open up for him, I took my kids out. My oldest boy plays guitar. He was in a band this night. I ended up having a guy named Waylon Payne, who is the son of Willie's right-hand man, Jody Payne, who's since passed away. But Waylon, who was raised around the Willie Nelson family on the road, but those guys came and played in our band. So we had great Mickey Raphael from Willie's camp, harmonica player, came out and played with us. And then as I'm sitting back with Willie and enjoying a pre-show hang, he says, "Look, at about 45 minutes, we're going to go into this gospel stuff that you know it all." And I was raised in Alabama and on that gospel stuff, and I love it. A lot of my music, bluegrass and gospel, is where it's at. And he said, "Look, 45 minutes, gospel stuff, come out and sing with me." And I'm sitting there going, "All right, man." And I said, "Willie, look, I actually have my little boy, and I have a lot of band members here. They're going to be right there in the front. I appreciate the offer, but I can't come out there. I'm unworthy. These guys are professional musicians. I can't come out there and stand on the stage with you. And with my guys who'll be happy for me, but they'll also be as jealous as they can be. Bring them all." So y'all have this picture of standing next to Willie. There was 10 of us. We had crew members singing these harmonies for "I'll Fly Away" and "I Saw the Light." But just a wonderful experience. Music is standing up here playing music is not anything like standing on a stage pitching. There's a lot of focus, and if you're not focused and really ready to execute in baseball, you're about to get your ass beat. In music, you can kind of even mess up in the show. And Dave Matthews messes up tonight. People will like that more and even talk about it and make the news. We'll cheers him, So It was an amazing moment in my hometown for sure.
And going forward, what for music-wise, what are your goals? What are your visions? Are you just taking it as it comes?
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to be an artist by any means. I love to just push the scene.
But why not, though?
I am in a certain way I love to write music, and I've tried to be a part of that aspect. And I don't want the showmanship or any of the attention that comes along with playing concerts and stuff. I love being in the band, sharing in the moment or the music, but I'm certainly not some frontman artist or trying to be. But I really just was in Mobile. My kids are in Mobile, and going back and knowing I'm going to live there and call this my hometown, I really wanted to establish a music scene that was diverse, that was eclectic, that was perspective driven and just inclusive, and where we had something for everybody. I think you guys know this, food and music tear down walls and break down barriers, and you have people hanging out with each other that normally wouldn't. And so, getting to do that and tie our foundation in around all of that stuff and raise money, it gives me purpose moving forward. When you're a baseball player, all this many years, you wake up every day with this certain purpose of, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to get better. And when you wake up without that, although you have kids and you have a lot of different things that people would equate to success, you got to find some purpose. So it's been fun trying to find that.
For you, man. I'm super proud of you. Look at the next chapter that you got. And you said that you don't think you can be a front man. I hardly disagree with that. You're kind of like Ron Burgundy in that scene in Anchorman when he asked him to play the flute. He's like, I don't know, and he's got one ready. Jake was always the guy in the hotel room. I don't know, not tonight, guys. And next thing you know, 4 hours
2,
later.
3, 4.
Yeah. So, would you like, last year you got up here and you sang with us, the band, it was a lot of fun, and you said how much fun you want to do it again?
I would love to.
What do you got for us? A little,
I love trucking. Look at me, spilling all over your couch, Tim. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, get in there. Put it on down.
I'm a Bruce Springsteen fanatic.
Oh, okay. Can they sing along? Can everyone sing along if they know the song?
I want them to.
Okay.
Compensation.
Hey, everybody, how about we give it up for Jake right now? Here we go.
Who you really should be giving up for is Ryan Dempster, y'all. How about Ryan putting this on? I'm telling you, the next few nights, in an hour or so, there's going to be a really cool show. And tomorrow, Trevor Hoffman, Johnny Gomes, you're not going to miss what these guys have to say. I'm a Bruce Springsteen fanatic. He wrote this song. They blew up the Chicken Man in Philly last night. They blew up his house too. Down on the boardwalk, they're ready for a fight. Gonna see what rocket boys can do. Now there's trouble busting in from out of state. The DA can't get no relief. Gonna be a rumble on their promenade. The gambler commissioner's hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Everything dies, baby, that's a fact. But baby, everything that dies someday comes back. Put your makeup on, fix your hair real pretty, and meet me tonight in Atlantic City.
been real hard to find. Down here there's just winners and losers. I'm south of the line. Tired of coming out on the losing